Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, I ended up extremely confused and having no idea how to proceed in this little dungeon that we found up there. So we can't find the thing we're looking for up there. Anyway, let's explore elsewhere. Let's start with this little tower over here. Grand Temple. Okay then. Oop, too far. Okay. Not really much around here. I don't think the massive amounts of empty space are really necessary. It is a very big temple, though. Okay. Let's leave the horses outside and look inside. Jeez, this temple is huge. This villager was praying and doesn't look too happy to be interrupted. What is your job? None of your concern. Please leave me alone. Sorry, I'll leave. Thank you. There's a head priest of this massive temple. This woman's face conveys an extraordinary sense of compassion and understanding. She greets you as you approach. Sarah, my children. What is your job? I am the high priest here at this temple. What do you do as a high priest? Yes, people come to me for guidance as well as healing. Unfortunately, I am forced to charge a small sum of 600 gold Small?! It is necessary to provide funds for the church. There is no charge for guidance, of course. Additionally, I offer training in the holy arts. Unfortunately, the people do not come to us as often as they once did. Why do people not come as often? The war has taxed many people's faith. Many cannot understand why the gods would allow such horrible hardship to occur, even to good people. What guidance can you offer me? Put your faith in the gods, my children, and always do what is right, without regard to consequences. These are the lessons we must learn, and this is the guidance I can give you. Can you train me? Oh, intelligence, priest spells, first aid, and resistance. Holy crap, some of that is expensive. But no thank you. And no, I am not going to ask to be healed for 600. That's just outright extortion. This acolyte is busy reading a manual of some sort. I'm just an acolyte, sir. What is your job? I study the ways of the gods in order to better understand justice and morality. What do you understand about justice and morality now? The gods teach us that each of us controls his or her actions, and that we must always do the right thing, regardless of consequences. Knowing and doing that what is right, therefore, is the mark of true faith. Okay then. Moving on. Yep. Nothing in there. Nothing there. Probably, yep, that's just another acolyte. And another acolyte. Same thing. I imagine the other side here is going to be more or less the same. Yep, didn't mean to do that. Oh no, this is actually the kitchen. This acolyte is chopping up some mushrooms to put in a sandwich. He nods in your direction as he sees you approach. What is your job? I am an acolyte here. Sarah has currently entrusted me with preparing meals for the children. What does an acolyte do? Mostly it involves studying the ways of the gods to better learn about justice and morality, but Sarah often entrusts me with other tasks. What do you think about justice and morality now? The gods teach us that each of us controls his or her actions, and that we must. Okay, that's the same thing we've heard. What do you think of Sarah? I could not have asked her for a better or kinder teacher. Whatever I achieve, I owe to her. Who are the children in here? Randy and Carl, orphans from the war. To be frank, the fact that we are caring for two is a good sign. In years past, we had as many as 20 in here. Why were there 20 children here in the past? As they grow older, most of the children under our care leave. Many join the military, in fact. In recent years, the number that have come to us for aid has declined dramatically, for many reasons. What are some of those reasons? Well, the war has been going better for starters. Plus, people have been having fewer children lately, I hear. And, of course, there was the tragic incident at New Edith. What was the tragic incident at New Edith? Oh, I thought you knew. About 5 or 6 years ago, the Godan attacked New Edith. It was located northwest of here before it was destroyed. Anyway, they came in and went after the children, killing most of them. I hear they tried to do the same thing to the Nephilim. Did the Godan succeed? A couple of years ago, they focused their attack on a Nephilim school. The Nephilim leader at the time, Alexis, fought them off, but at the cost of his own life. Strange that they would do that. I guess we should not expect better from those butchers. Perhaps. This is a barracks. What is your job? Guarding this temple, can you believe that? Why is guarding this temple a problem? We have to have this temple all the way out in the middle of nowhere. We can't have people praying in the city, can we? Of course, it means we have to divide our forces so we can protect both. Makes no sense. A bit. This child looks very sullen. He doesn't even acknowledge you as you approach. Carl. What is your job? I don't want to talk about it. This child's clothing barely passes for rags. He's kicking around a stone as you approach. Randy. What is your job? Job? I don't have a job. I'm an orphaned kid. You're an orphan? Yup, my dad was a soldier for Genmar. He died at the siege of Fort Malcaster. My mom died in a Godan raid a year later. Fort Malcaster? It was a big old fort near the northern end of the Vale. At least that's what I'm told. I never visited it. Anyway, it got destroyed years back. Then they built a smaller one here. A smaller one there. What do you know about the raid your mother died in? Those Godan came in the night and slew all the guards in our community. Before the troops from the city could respond, everyone was dead. I managed to survive by hiding in a stack of hay on our farm. Lucky kid. And that's everything there, it seems. Not much to this place. Okay. Well, we don't have a direction here. Let's head east. Oh, there's a small thing here. The constant conflicts within the Vale produced, among many other things, one very typical problem. Refugees. To help assist these people and to satisfy certain NIMBY sentiments, Genmar created this camp for the refugees. This camp is better than nothing, but not much better. The buildings, or rather the shacks, have all been hastily and shoddily constructed, and show intense signs of wear and tear already. Perhaps poverty among a refugee population is an unavoidable reality, but here it is much worse than you could have imagined. Malnourishment is evident to virtually everyone here, including many children. It's just one more depressing sight in the Vale. So we found a refugee camp then. Well, let's see what we can see here. You know, I get that this was ported from Blades of Exile, and I don't know what the maps of Blades of Exile were like, but I am really noticing a lot of big, empty spaces. One of the true victims of this war is before you. Hobbled, ragged, and malnourished, this refugee resembles all the other unfortunate souls in this camp. It doesn't matter, I'm just a refugee. What is your job? Why, are you hiring? Yeah, I didn't think so. There's no work anywhere. Looks like it's the same thing there. Oh, that one has a name. This woman is busy carrying, comforting, and caring for the refugees in this room. She looks surprised as you enter. Farah, you look surprised. I'm sorry, but most people stay away from this place like it's the plague. No pun intended. What is your job? Why, I care for these men here. What exactly do you do here? I do the best that I can, but I just don't have enough resources. What I really need is some medicine. You need some medicine. It would really be a great assistance if I could acquire some. You don't have any you'd like to donate, do you? Maybe I could make a donation. I'm sorry, but you don't have what I require. We'll keep that in mind. These are beggars, and they're the same thing, just refugees. Looks like there's a temple over there. We'll investigate in a bit. Looks like this was a town, but then it got ruined somehow. This must be like a barracks or something. What have we got in here? Oh, that's just more refugees. This woman is busy preparing several stews at once. She nods as you approach, as if to say, "Just a minute." What is your job? Why, I provide the meals here. Don't you want some soup? I'm not a refugee. I wouldn't want to take what isn't mine. You inform Patricia that you aren't refugees, and she looks a bit startled. Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you were. Everyone else stays away from this place like the plague. Not that I blame them, really. Not much occurs here that would interest outsiders. Is there anything that does interest outsiders here? Nothing but pain and sorrow here, really. Ever since Esmeralda moved away, there's not even a single local merchant. Who's Esmeralda? She was a fortune-teller, quite good, too. Not a hoax like most of her type. Anyway, she left quite abruptly several months ago. No one's sure where to. Her house is still here. They say it's haunted. Haunted? Yep, that's what they say. Weird noises and all. That's why no one lives there. The gods know we could sure use the room. Well, we'll definitely investigate that. Let's take a look at this area. This monk is busy dusting off the altar as you approach. I am known as Brother McMurphy, my friends. What is your job? I provide teachings of the faith to the unfortunate souls who live here. What faith do you teach? It is important to retain our faith even in these troubled times. Many here have lost their way, disheartened by the bad times they had suffered through. I am here to help them return to the path. That was not an answer. What faith do you teach? I teach nothing but the path. Esmeralda's fortune-telling. Closed. There. Interesting. Inside the dresser, you find a lever in the back. Pull it? Sure. And there's a stick. I bet that opens something in the back. Ah! Interesting. Well, let's see what's underneath here. Mysterious cavern. Oh my, null bugs and lots of them. This appears to be some sort of spawning ground for the insects. More are hatching all the time. There's no way to destroy them all. You'd better get out of here before they overwhelm you. Oh, that is a lot. No way to destroy them all? I seem to be doing fairly just fine here. Okay, healing. that of never being able to kill them all? I seem to do just fine there. Feel like there may be hidden passages around here somewhere. Ah. I was right! We'll investigate that in a bit. Let's just see what's down these other paths here. Another null bug. Oh, bodies. Shield ring, another crimson ruby, some healing herbs. Don't need the boots, don't need the robe. Nice Lance's scroll. And here, the Book of the Drath Kazor. And that terrified us. Curious. Alright. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's head up and investigate what we found through this little passage here. Alright, in we shall go. Whoa! Aristophanes. This Ifrit is thumbing through a book entitled The Clouds as you approach. He seems a little surprised by your presence, but not too much so. Aristophanes the Magnificent! Surely you've heard of me. What is your job? Ha! Job! I once was enslaved to creatures such as yourself. Thankfully I broke loose, and now I'm emancipated to pursue my leisure. What do you like to pursue? Look around you! I have inherited a vast library of the best the poets have to offer. Why, I could spend eternity down here and never grow bored. There is, however, one novel missing. What novel is that? I lack a copy of the Symposium, an ancient text by a man named Alcatraz. If you could bring me such a book, I would reward you greatly. The Symposium? Talk to me again if you have the book. Well, gee, maybe if you told me where it was. The books on this shelf are all tragic plays. Some are very good, some quite trite. Many are very interesting, none are useful. Books on this shelf are all comedic plays. Many are quite funny, some are very mundane, none are at all useful. Tragic plays. Comedic plays. Tragic plays, comedic plays, tragic plays, tragic plays. On this shelf, you find a text describing how to capture and breed nullbugs. Very interesting. More tragic plays. Tragic plays, comedic plays, tragic plays, comedic plays, comedic plays, tragic plays. Nothing here particularly useful. Huh. So there's a hidden room over there. Alright, there must be more hidden paths around here, somewhere. But there's one hidden over here. There is. We'll investigate after I regain our spell energy here. Yes, climb back up the ladder. And out we can go. I'm annoyed that we have to keep picking the lock like that. Did not mean to do that. Or that. Okay. Light. And let us investigate this hidden passage up here. Alright, in we shall go. You realize that if you had a candle, you could probably light the brazier. We're going to need a candle then. Okay. What about over here? Anything hidden in here? Doesn't look like it. What about over on the west side? Does not appear to be anything. Alright. Oh, we'll have to keep our eyes open for a candle that we can use. Well, we've done everything there. Wait to regain Draco's spell energy. And let's take a look. Alright, fellow soldiers. Near Calderis. Yeah, we got 10 minutes. I think we have just enough time to look around a bit. Calderis is, or was at any rate, home to a large tribe of Nephilim before the Godan War. Few Nephilim remain in Calderis anymore, and those that do bear closer resemblance to a war party than a village. Of the surviving civilizations, the Nephilim have been by far hurt the worst. All the surviving Nephilim who could still fight currently make up the majority of what remains of this village's defenses. Most of the very young and very old have been evacuated to a refugee camp, leaving the once prosperous community strangely vacant. The few Nephilim you do see about have a ghostly, fatalistic look about them. It's a very depressing sight. Okay then. Yep, didn't mean to do that. This gravestone reads, Rykith, wise sage and noble friend. Alexis, our noble leader who died too soon. This Nephil doesn't look very old. Perhaps only 14 or 15 in human years, yet he carries a sword, openly looking around. Doesn't matter. I fear we will all be gone soon. What is your job? Guarding this village. Most of our older warriors have been killed. Why have the older warriors been killed? We are one of 3 surviving civilizations in the Vale. Godan attack us most because attacking the fairies would be suicidal, because they are neutral, and Genmar is much better defended. Most of our warriors have been killed off. We evacuated the very young and the very old. Now everyone who can fight prepares for the end. What if the Godan attacked the fairies? If the fairies had entered the war, things might have been different. We might not have suffered so. Other races might have survived, and the humans might not have had to sell their souls to the Sliths. What do you know about the Sliths? The Sliths are not from the Vale. They reside in the mountains to the north, at least for now. I fear they will take the Vale once the Godan are defeated once and for all. Why do you feel the end is near? Talvish has made a deal with the humans to try to save us from the Godan. It may work, it may not. Forgive me, but I am no longer capable of optimism. Where were the very young and old evacuated to? I'm sorry, I cannot tell you where they have gone. Only Talvish knows for safety reasons. What do you think of Talvish? He is a fair leader and he does his best, but I wish Alexis were here. He is really the only reason we still survive. Tell me more of Alexis. Alexis was a cunning tactician and a noble leader. He sacrificed his own life to save many of our young. Well. Okay then, I guess. There's even a human guarding. I helped guard this village from attacks. From the Godan? The Godan have hit this village pretty hard. Genmar decided to step in and protect our allies from further attack. That's why I'm here. Well, I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, there's a few human soldiers. What building? This young Nephil is silently standing in the ruins of this burnt-out building. Gavish. What is your job? I help defend this village. This used to be my home, you know, he says, referring to the ruins he stands in. The building you are in right now. It was destroyed in a Godan raid a little over a year ago. Couldn't afford to rebuild it, so here it lays. Same as most of the homes around here, I guess. How do you defend the village? The Godan used to attack here all the time. Constant vigilance is necessary. The attacks have become less frequent in the recent years, but I am wary. I believe they are just holding back to give us a false sense of security. Perhaps. Another ruined building. Alright. Wait, this is a different one. This female Nephil is staring silently across the small pond here. I am known as Cassandra. What is your job? I am one of the few remaining Nephilim warriors here. The remaining warriors? Most were killed in various Godan raids. Thankfully, the raids have decreased lately. I hear rumors the war may soon be won, but eternal vigilance is still required. How have the Godan raids affected Calderis? Talvish brought humans here to help repel the raids. We need their help, but it is still humiliating to be dependent on others for our survival. We were once a proud people. Okay then. This man is busy stirring up some kind of stew. It's a woman's appearance. He greets you with a nod as you approach. Nigel, how can I help? What are you doing? I provide relief assistance to the Nephilim here. They've been hit hard by the Godan. What sort of relief? The Nephilim are in desperate need of shelter, food, water, and medical supplies. I do what I can, but it's just not enough. What have the Godan done to the Nephilim? The Godan have wiped out many civilizations here in the Vale. Most have been gone for so long, there's not even any evidence of their existence anymore. This Nephil archer is nursing a large ale as you walk in. Doesn't seem thrilled to be speaking with you. Horatio. What do you do? I'm one of the few remaining archers for this village. Well, Nephilim archers, anyway. There aren't many Nephilim archers here? Let me tell you something. Alexis would have never invited the humans here. Talvish made a mistake sending us out like that. Even if we survive the Godan, Genmar would just make a colony out of us. Now leave me be. Okay. This young female Nephilim looks sturdier than most of the others you've seen in this via. She greets you warmly as you approach. Freda, daughter of Alexis. What are your responsibilities? I defend my home with my life if necessary. It is very noble to defend your home. The Godan have attacked here many times, although not recently. But eternal vigilance is required. If they return, I will stop them or die trying. You would give your life to defend Calderis. My father gave his life to defend this village. I will do the same if necessary. Who is Alexis? Alexis was my father, and a good and noble leader. We buried him in this village, an honor reserved for only the best among us. It's just a Nephil. Alright. What's in this building? Looks like their temple. This old Nephilim priest looks tired and distraught. She seems startled by your presence. Oh, forgive my manners. You surprised me. Most of the village doesn't come around anymore. My name is Ralka. What do you do here? I run this shrine, and I can heal you if you wish, at the price of an extortion. Or teach you a spell or two. I fear I may not be doing a good job, however. Why do the villagers not come around as often? The Constant hardships have tested people's faith in the gods. I tell them that we must have faith, but fewer and fewer listen. Are you in need of healing, my children? Why would you not think you were doing a good job? Same thing. Yeah, you see some holy spells. Nothing. Well, War Blessing would actually do with that improvement. Nothing else, though. And I am not getting healed for 600 gold coins. Again, that is an extortion. Alright, this is the barracks. This military officer is busy reviewing some paperwork as you walk in. Captain Tyra, how can I be of assistance? What do you do here? I command the Genma soldiers stationed here. Our mission is to help protect this villa. How fares the mission? The Godan have hit this villa hard and often. Thankfully, with the recent military successes against them, the attacks have become far less frequent. Still, the threat remains. There's 2 more buildings to investigate. Okay, that's a barracks of sorts. That's their leader. By the ceremonial markings on his garb, this is clearly not a film chief. His depression is as obvious as it is overwhelming. Elvish. What is your job? I am the chief of what remains of my tribe. He kicks at the chair. Your tribe has been devastated? Our numbers have been dwindling ever since the start of the war. In recent times, it has gotten so bad I was forced to request military support from Genmar, just to ensure our survival. Still, I guess we should consider ourselves lucky. What sort of military assistance have you requested? Genmar was kind enough to donate some troops to help garrison the area. There is also another human, Nigel, who is providing relief assistance, with food and medical supplies and the like. We were once a proud people, but conditions have become so bad, asking for this help was necessary. Why would you consider yourselves lucky? Most civilizations in the Vale were wiped out to the Godan's advance. Only Genmar and the fairies were managed to survive, other than ourselves, of course. We have Alexis to thank for our survival. Tell me about Alexis. Alexis was my brother and former chief of this clan. His tactics allowed us to fight off the Godan, despite their overwhelmingly superior numbers and forces. Sadly, he died a year ago. He was a much better chief than I. How did Alexis die? The Godan ambushed us, and many of our young were left unprotected. Alexis went to their aid, allowing them to escape. He single-handedly fought off a dozen of those brutes. He was the best of us. Dalvish seems to brighten a bit upon recalling his brother's heroism. How come you're kicking at your chair? I hate this thing, he says, shoving it against the wall. When the humans moved in, they insisted that someone of my rank be given all these trappings. He indicates, pointing the sparse furnishings around the room. I know they went well, but it's insulting. Still, their presence helps guarantee the future of this village, so I put up with it. Who is Ryketh? I noticed a name on a tombstone. Ryketh was our village sage. He guided us for many, many years. He died a few years before the start of the war. That's when Alexis took over. Okay, then. Well, that appears to be everyone here. And I am going to end this episode here, because the episode has gone on long enough. Next episode, we'll do a bit more exploring around this region, see what we can find. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.